Hi, everybody. My name is Angela Pattison, and we are so excited to share today why we have invited you. Whoever invited you on here is because they care about you, because these products have changed everything for us, and as opportunity has as well. And we want to share why that is, why the products are so amazing, what sets them apart, what they've done for us. And again, we're just so excited that you're joining us, whether it's live or on the replay. We're going to be given details of how the products work and what they do for you. So for me, I will back up a little bit. I have been into health and wellness and fitness pretty much my whole life. At 10 years old, I really jumped into karate, and our whole family was in karate, and I was an athlete growing up, very involved, traveling all over the world. So I've always thought about wellness and health and fitness, but I actually had chronic ear infections and sinus infections off and on throughout my young life. And then I was on antibiotics, and fast forward to, obviously, that just, did not do well with my digestion, and began to create issues in my gut. And I started struggling with going to the bathroom, either too much or not enough. And then just my cycles weren't great. I had PMS majorly, moody, stuff like that. I didn't realize that was actually all connected. And I also started having allergies to cat hair and horse hair, and then sensitivities to foods and so forth. And so as the years went on and I was still into health and wellness, I became more aware of my eating and what I'm putting in my body and how important that is. And even going into studying to be a health coach and doing everything holistic, I found answers to help me somewhat, but it wasn't getting to the root of issues going on in my with my gut health fully getting better. And I had a lot of candida in my system, which started to cause more problems, which developed into aches and discomforts and pain, and more problems with foods, and doubled over in stomach pain and moody, hormonal imbalance, blood sugar imbalance, brain fog, fatigue, those kind of things. And it got to the point where a year ago I was like, okay, what gives? I'm doing all the right things. Why is this not getting better? And it gotten so bad, I finally was like, okay, get me started. I want to do these products. I've heard about how it helped with inflammation. I heard about how it helped with getting through issues. So I was like, Deirdre, tell me more, finally ready to listen to her, because I had not been listening to her for a while. And finally I was like, okay, I've got to do something. I've got to make a change. And y'all, let me just tell you that I think it was the first month, it was about 3 weeks in, that it just dawned on me. I noticed I felt better. Like, I feel like I'm able to be a better mom. My brain was there. I was like, I have a brain again. I feel like I can think. My blood sugars were balanced. My hormones were balancing. And I was feeling just more like myself. Fast forward another month in, and I noticed that I woke up one morning without having woken up in the night with pain. And I had gone months and months where I couldn't even sleep through the night because of how much aches and discomfort and inflammation I was struggling with. And I was so thrilled when I realized this is actually helping me with that too, because that's huge. And then I had friends reaching out and asking me questions. Next thing I know, I'm sharing with them, and they're getting victory. And it just went on from there, that I got so excited. And I didn't even realize that within probably a few more months, that things that I didn't even know this would help improve, like my cycles and my even my acid reflux, and even struggles with my elbows. They used to have tennis elbow all the time, and it wouldn't go away. And I was able to do workouts with weights again, and able to just do so many more things and be more present and feel like the best version of myself. Things that I had felt like, maybe because I'm over 40 now, I'm just going to feel this way. But then I realized that that wasn't true, because now I'm feeling better than I did in my 30s or even my 20s, to be honest, because I'm finally getting to root issues where I can actually even eat some stuff that I couldn't eat before without those problems. I can even go in someone's house now that has cats and not struggle like I used to with allergies. So this has been life changing for me. It's helped my whole family with health, and financially, this has changed everything as well. But I'm going to dive a little bit more into that later, possibly. I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Amanda and share a little bit of your story with us.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. Yes, my name is Amanda, and I have been on these products since June. And okay, so I just was giving it, I was going to give it 90 days, right? I was going to say, like, Okay, 90 days, because I know the importance of 90 days being important for, not just cleansing, but also just for a lot of things in life. 90 days, there's something about 90 days. So actually, it was about the 2 month mark where I noticed, just being on the some of our monthly regimen, noticed like just energy getting better, sleep getting better. And I do licensed massage therapy for work. And so I already had dealt with some inflammation and a little bit of pain. I was very healthy when I got on these products, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I need them. But then, like I said, sleep has gotten better, energy has gotten better. I didn't know it could get better. And then hormones, I noticed they've been balancing more so because sleep has to do with hormones. And I didn't know that until I was reading more into it. So just a little tiny bit of a history is I did deal with chronic illness for about 7 years. And so I had been to all different types of doctors and health and wellness practitioners. And honestly, like nothing was getting to the root. That's why it took 7 years. So I had a bad root canal, got that taken out. And now I believe, and I knew when Angela reached out to me that I need to repair some of that damage that has been, have been done with chronic illness. So I'm excited to be on these products because I've already seen such results. And it is life changing, even just being a few months in because of those changes that I've noticed. So, just wanted to share that. And also, of course, the opportunity has been a blessing as well. So, yeah. So thank you for letting me share.
Awesome. Thank you, Amanda. So thank you everyone for joining us today. So as you can see, this is helping many different people with different things. And you're like, how can that be? Like for our family, it helped my husband with IBS. He had acid reflux. He was waking up many times throughout the night. Did you know that's imbalanced blood sugar if you wake up to pee many, many times? And so for me, it helped with hormones, inflammation, brain fog, and I was tired. Like I used to joke, my tired was tired. Anyone ever felt that way? And so for my kids, this was really cool. It helped our whole family because it gets to 3 main root issues, and I'm going to mention those in a second. So it helped my oldest with allergies, seasonal allergies, food allergies. We were able to get rid of an EpiPen, get off of Benadryl, really help clean out mold recovery. 2 years into Plexus, I had a root canal go bad, systemic infection. And honestly, I think because I had been so proactive in my health that I did not end up in the hospital. And so just to give you an idea, as you look at your health, short-term, long-term goals, you really want to look at it that way, because this is what we live in every day. This is what we wake up, go to sleep in. And so the investment is really, really so powerful and helps us live the way God designed, which is not aging and feeling like we're falling apart. Like Angela said, like we are made to thrive and live and be strong until we go to heaven, to be perfectly honest. And so it addresses what we use, the plant-based products address 3 root issues. So we're talking about blood sugar balance, inflammation, and gut health. And the cool thing is we have a gut health system, and all the products really work in a synergistic fashion, means they help each other work better, and they help to get to these root issues in multiple different fashions and functions. And you might have heard the word triplex. So what this is our gut health system, and it's incredibly powerful because as it addresses those 3 things, you see forward momentum in your health from being really little. Like it got rid of my 4-month-old, her colic, just by fixing my microbiome. I have a whole video on that if you want more info, but it is just really, really bringing hope, and so life-changing. All right, so she talked a little bit about the 90-day cycle. Now, why that's important is because our bodies work in 90 days. So you have where your cells regenerate every 90 days. Your liver regenerates every 6 weeks. I think the lining on your intestines is supposed to every 5 to 7 days renew itself. So our body is constantly changing for good or for worse, depending on what we're putting in and putting on and being exposed to environmentally. So let's get into the products. So our Triplex has 3 products. The first one is Slim, and this is our blood sugar balancing drink that I love. You have 2 forms. You have the hunger control that keeps you fuller longer. It does not have a prebiotic. So if you want more gut health, you will want our microbiome activating. And that has a prebiotic that helps grow the beneficial bacteria by 200 to 300 times. And that's really important because as we're weeding out this bad bacteria, it's like weeds. That we have, we need to make sure the good is growing faster than the bad. And guess what? Typically the bad is pretty opportunistic, if you ever heard of Candida. And so that helps that. So what does it look like to have imbalanced blood sugar? Brain fog, poor memory, lack of the energy, crashing at 2 or 3 in the afternoon. You have where you're waking up in the middle of the night, having to go to the bathroom. Glucose, excess glucose can only leave the body via urine. So that is really important. That's why you're actually waking up, because your body is like, get it out of you, get it out of you. So what you see when you balance your blood sugar is your hormones actually balance, because when you balance the master hormone, glucose, which is insulin, then it basically makes all the others sort of come into line, like cortisol, your hormones, all those things will march to insulin. So as you help that, it will help that. It will help you have more mental clarity and sustained energy. So it's different from caffeine and different things like that. That spikes up, but also makes cortisol go up. So this, what it does is it helps insulin level out, and it'll help all the other things level out, make you just feel good. So now we're going to get into the gut health piece. So we have the probiotic, which is unlike anything else on the market because it is dehydrated. So it is actually in its live active form until it's released, which is in a special capsule to make it through the stomach acid all the way to the intestines. When it gets in there, it breaks open. Guess what? Liquid touches it and it comes alive. So it's not dying off and trying to make it. It makes it fully intact into the intestinal area, which is very important. So then you have the antifungals and digestive enzymes, which are really powerful because most of us are deficient in enzymes, which basically helps break down our food. You see things when you don't have enough enzymes, good bacteria, you see bloating, poor sleep, moodiness, different things like that. And so what happens is this is able to really hone in on what's called Candida, and the outside of the Candida, which is a really bad yeast that tries to decompose you before you die. And that's where the term leaky gut comes from. It pokes microscopic holes in the lining of your intestines, and then everything starts to leak everywhere. And that's not good for our bodies. So this has a antifungal and an enzyme that go in and crack the outside of the shell. It opens it up, and then the enzymes and good bacteria go in and basically kill it off. So if you have ever taken probiotics before and you're like, I don't know if this is working. Well, the reason is because if you have weeds, let's say you're gardening and you got a ton of weeds in your backyard and you just throw grass seeds out there, what's going to happen? The birds are going to get extra food because the grass seeds are going to die. Weeds do not come up very easily. And the same with this Candida yeast and specific bad bacteria. They have to be weeded out, which means specifically targeted, taken out, and then you have the repair process of putting the good guys back in, which are the 5 strands in the ProBio 5 are anti-inflammatory. That is super important because there's a lot of great probiotics out there, but most of them have inflammatory strands, which are great if you're not trying to heal and repair the gut when it is in, we'll say, sort of like a crisis mode or having issues being able to heal. So it's just super powerful, and you combine that with, it's called the dynamic duo, the BioCleanse. So we're cleaning the toilet with the ProBio 5 and then we're flushing it with the BioCleanse, but don't let that get you. It is not like a colon cleanse or anything like that. It is a cleanse on a cellular level, hence BioCleanse. So it's an oxygenated form of magnesium. It goes in, it starts extra O2, breaks off the magnesium, starts doing a scrubbing bubbles through your bloodstream. It helps get rid of bacteria, fungi, viruses. It helps oxygenate, alkalize the body where it needs to be. And then it also helps support your magnesium. It's very bioavailable. 90% of the population is deficient in magnesium. And just to give you an idea, going into the holiday season, I think it's 54, 64 molecules of magnesium are required for 1 molecule of sugar. That's a lot of magnesium being used up during our holiday season. So it's really important to be aware and help make sure we're keeping that process of not becoming deficient, because magnesium actually helps 300 enzyme processes. So if you're like, man, I get muscle cramps, that happens from lack of magnesium. It actually messes with your memory. It messes with immune system function, so many different things when that is deficient. And so as you get it up, you see those things increase. I mean, 70% of your immune system is in your gut. That's why it's so important, especially during the season that we're in and the amazing enjoying of sugar intake of these amazing treats that we're in, that we are also being proactive to make sure our bodies stay in a balanced state. Instead of you eating these things and then you regret it and you're like, why did I do this? What happened? I'm terrible. Let's break that cycle and just be proactive. So another thing we have is X Factor. So it is our bioavailable multivitamin. It is fully methylated, chelated, very, very powerful because it has an aloe base that helps you absorb everything 300 times more. So it not only helps address a gene that 60% of the population has and doesn't even know it, but it's super absorbable, like your body uptakes it real fast, which doesn't happen with other vitamins. That's why you see just an increase and more effectiveness as you're working within your 90-day cycle. So as you have one 90-day cycle happen, you're going to see as you compound upon multiple ones, like let's say you get to 120 days, guess what? Exciting things are going to happen. Let's say you get to 6 months or a year or 18 months, your hormones are going to be thanking you because you're going to have massive shifts happen like in an 18-month time. Because think of how many years you've been living and now how much time you're putting in. That's really good. And the cool thing is your body wants to heal. It's actually designed to heal faster than it is to fall apart. So that's why you can compound on the good side and see things happen and move your health forward in that way versus where it took like maybe decades to actually end up where we are at now. And kids bounce back really fast. All right, so we have things for the kids line, which is amazing: skin, weight, energy, just really, really powerful. And what I saw was we had a monthly consumable product that I wanted to sort of tell my friends about because I had been praying for 3 years for us. I mean, at the height of it, my husband was bedridden for 3 months with his IBS. I was like, somebody help us. And we'd gone to doctors and different things. And so I started asking around. And what happened was I started finding out a lot of my friends were looking for answers. They wanted something that would help them, help their family get out of these vicious cycles, save them time from going to the doctor's office. And so now that's what I get to do. Fast forward 3 years of just doing this and loving people and sharing and being willing to get out of my comfort zone and hit the first six-figure rank in the company. And now this is our main income and there's no cap. And I'm so excited because other people get to have that hope of the 2 things that are the hardest, which are finances and your health. And then once your health tanks, guess what? That becomes more important than finances. Why? We lived it. We were on food stamps and Medicaid because my husband's health tanked so hard. And so I'm so excited to be sharing this with you. And Angela, did you want to mention the 3-day reset and then close up?
Yeah, sure. Can you hear me good? So I did our new 3-day reset. I've done it twice and we're about to do it again. So if anybody is interested, by the way, whether you're listening to this now or on replay, you can do this and it will really help what's going to be about to be happening with the holiday food, eating and indulging. So what it does is it actually completely resets your metabolism and it resets on a cellular level. So for me, what that looks like was I actually lost 6 pounds and have kept it off. I actually lost inches, but I did not lose muscle. And I'm into being completely fit with lifting weights. And I love building muscle, but I don't want fat. And it only gets rid of the fat. And if you don't have fat to lose, it will just help you with your health. My husband was one of those that's pretty lean, doesn't have a lot of weight to lose, but what it did for him, it reset everything in his body to feel better. He felt refreshed. He felt like the memory was better. The focus was better. All of a sudden cravings shifted. He wasn't craving the wrong kind of things anymore. And it even helps with that, just that drive and will to want to do better with eating. And after the holidays, we really need that. So I'm ready to do it again and for a third time, but I will just tell you, it really also helps, to fight against what was the side effect of a virus that, I had gotten that caused inflammation, and especially in my esophagus. And I noticed a huge difference because it would feel like something was always there in my throat. And just getting on Plexus actually helped me with that, because I was healing my esophagus, and because of my gut being healed, it works on all those things that are connected, right? Your esophagus, even acid reflux going away will help that too. But this just took it another notch of feeling like it was clear, and I wasn't feeling as conscious about eating, freaking out, like that feeling of, if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all may not have had that happen, but when you've had that happen, it's awful. You feel like you're so scared to eat because it's always feels like it tightens up in your esophagus. And that was happening to me off and on. And it happened again after getting the C virus. And basically this completely made it feel like it reset even that back to normal, which is huge. And there's a lot of other testimonies that people have about what this is doing to reset their body. But y'all, it's just simple. It's backed by science and nutritionalists. It's like a 3-day fast, but you get to have, it's like a liquid fast somewhat, but there's a bone broth, there's a collagen bone broth, a collagen tomato soup, and a protein matcha bar, and a protein shake, which is delicious. And you have a few other pieces that go in there, a restore drink to drink at night, a slim and an active. And it is fantastic. It's easier than any fast I've ever done, and more rewarding, and you get benefits quicker than you typically would get on a juice fast or a elimination type diet that might take 14 or more days to do. You're getting that in 3 days, and it really changes everything. So anyway, I know I went a little bit long on that, but y'all, I'm telling you, this is the time that you're going to want to get on that. It's going to help your products to work better for you too. And I would just close by saying, if you've been thinking about doing something, now is the perfect time to do that. Jump in and get started. Don't wait until, I'm going to wait until I get through the New Year's resolution. Start now and start working on healing things in your body so they work better, and start really putting your health as a priority. It really does matter for you to feel your best for your kids, for your family, to do your best at work. Like, it will affect your life, and it's worth the investment. So whoever invited you to watch this, reach back out, ask them, and they will help you find what's the best package for you to start with, what your goals are and where you're going. And we'll be able to help you with a basic or an advanced, or see where you're at, what you're wanting to do, and work around what you can do. And right now there's huge savings, there's big deals. But this is the other thing. You have got most likely people around you who have been praying for answers as well. Just maybe somebody has some of the things we mentioned, has arthritis, or has autoimmune issues, or IBS, or candida, or brain fog, or headaches, chronic headaches, or something else that we haven't mentioned, diabetes. Like, there's so many things that are affected because of your gut not being right, and you will have an answer to be able to help them with. So consider and think about if there's somebody that you could help, that you could basically throw them a lifeline and offer them hope. And in return, our company's so generous. They like to give us money instead of advertisers. They use us to be able to just share, just like you would your favorite restaurant or your favorite movie, but the company's going to pay you back and give you blessing back. And they give bonuses out just for you sharing with your friends and offering them hope. And so it's an amazing opportunity as well. I took my husband to Hawaii this year. And I mean, that would not have happened during a time like this, other than this blessing that we got from this company by helping people feel their best. I had no idea that's what I was going to be doing, was this full time. And my husband was going to be coming home from the job that he didn't want to be at, that was taking him away from family time, and now be able to come home and then make decisions to start doing more ministry and praying about other directions that he gets to choose to do now, because this has opened up financial and, well, time freedom too, financial freedom and time freedom, completely given us choices. And I'm so blessed to be able to see so many people's lives transformed and helped. And anyway, less than 3% of the population has even heard of Plexus. So this is the perfect time as well for some of you that you might be feeling like, I need to do something else. I don't want to be worried about how can I pay for Christmas. I don't want to be in debt after Christmas. I don't want to be concerned about, the XYZ, you fill in the blank, student loans or whatever. Y'all, this is an answer to help you, and it's going to help people around you as well. So definitely reach back out, whoever showed you this video, because that means they care about you and they are invested in seeing you walk in your full potential and your full freedom. So anyway, thanks so much for jumping on, y'all, and God bless you and blessings to you in the holiday season as well.